Good afternoon, students. I will start with the class. Okay. We were doing implicit functions, meaning to find the derivatives of those functions which include x well as y terms together. Okay, so now there's one question. If 2x square plus y is equal to 5, find dy by dx at x is equal to 1. Okay, so we have to find dy by dx in short. So first, this is the equation given. Now you have to find dy by dx. So differentiate. Okay, so when you differentiate, you have to find derivatives of every one. This is with respect to x, you have to differentiate. So this is anyways 2 coefficient. Okay, now derivative of x square will be 2x. Then derivative of y will be 1, but extra dy by dx is equal to derivative of 5 will be 0. Then dy by dx is equal to remaining you take on the other side minus 4x. Okay, so dy by dx, what you are getting is minus 4x. This would be a normal dy, but now extra something has been asked. Find dy by dx at x is equal to 1. Okay, so at x is equal to 1, put value of x as 1. So whenever they say at any particular point, put whatever answer getting, wherever there is x, put equal to 1. Okay, so when you put equal to 1, so what it will get? 4 into 1, which is equal to minus 4 will be your answer. Okay, so you have to take the normal derivative and just whatever has been asked, whether x is equal to 1, so you have to put x is equal to 1. You can find this one, 10th one. Find dy by dx at x is equal to y is equal to 1 if root x plus root y is equal to 1. Find dy by dx. These are the values which you have to put final one. Okay, so first you have to find dy by dx, and then wherever there is x, you have to put 1. Wherever there is y also, you have to put 1. So directly take this equation and differentiate with respect to x. Okay, so this differentiate with respect to x. Don't go to take log and all over here. Remember, whenever there is a plus sign, never go for log. And there is nothing, function raised to function is not there. So simply don't take log and all. Only if this was multiply, then you can take log or something. But whenever there's a plus, don't directly take log. I told you all, log of a plus b will not exist. Okay, so directly you differentiate. So derivative of root x will be 1 upon 2 root x. Same way, derivative of root y, exactly like x only you have to follow. Okay, same way it will be 1 upon 2 root y. But since it is y, you have to always write extra dy by dx. And derivative of 1 will be 0. Okay, so these derivatives are fixed. I've given you. Derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. Derivative of y will be 1 upon 2 root y extra dy by dx. And derivative of 1 will be 0. Now keep dy by dx there only. Take the remaining terms on the other side. So this will be dy by dx will be equal to, this will be 1 upon 2 root y. You take other side. So it will be like this. Then 2 and 2 will cancel. Root y you take on the other side. So dy by dx will be minus root y upon root x. So this is actual dy by dx. Now you can check in the question. Okay, what has been asked? At root x is equal to y is the value of x and y should be equal to 1, they are saying. So wherever there is x and y, put 1. So you will get the answer. So dy by dx will be equal to minus root 1 upon root 1. So answer will be minus 1. Okay. So in short, whenever they are asking you to find at particular point, you have to find dy by dx first and then directly put x is equal to y is equal to 1. Don't put first and then take derivative. First you have to find the derivative and then put the values. Okay, you can put the next one. If 2 upon root x is equal to 1 upon y, then find dy by dx at x is equal to 1. 2 root x is equal to 1 upon y. Then find dy by dx at x is equal to 1. So what you do, just bring this up. Numerator, this one you can bring up. Okay, same way root x also you can take up and then find the answer. So y will be nothing but root x upon 2. Y I brought aside, x will go here, 2 will come to the denominator. And now dy by dx. Anyway, this is at the side. And what is derivative of root x? Nothing but 1 upon 2 root x. Okay, and now at x is equal to 1, put the value of x as 1 and find the answer. So when you put x as 1, it will be root 1. So answer will be 1 upon 4. Okay. If next question, x cube y is equal to x upon log x plus e raised to root x. Find dy by dx. Okay. You can attempt this. 14th question. Sorry, that will be 12th question. If x cube y is equal to x upon log x plus e raised to root x, then find dy by dx. So what you do, directly start differentiating. Don't go to take log and all because there's a plus sign. So this will be when you're differentiating u into v. Okay. This will be u upon v. Okay, so I have to start differentiating with respect to x. So now this is what like u and this is v, u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. So what I do, write the first term as it is, x cube into derivative of y. So that will be 1, like same like x 1, same way y will be 1. But this is y, so extra what you have to write, dy by dx. Then plus v into derivative of u. Y into derivative of x cube will be 3x square. Okay, so this part is over. Now is equal to, now this is again u upon v. So what is the formula for u upon v? V into derivative of u minus u into derivative of v upon v square. So v into derivative of u minus u into derivative of v. Derivative of log x will be 1 by x upon v square. This part is also over. Now plus derivative of e raised to something. So derivative of e raised to something will be same thing, but what? This is not plain x. So extra root derivative of root x, which is nothing but 1 upon 2 root x. Okay. So differentiation is over. Now just simplify. Take the remaining terms on the other side and find dy by dx. Again, I'm repeating, those who have not understood, I have to differentiate this. So when I'm differentiating, this is multiplication. So directly I cannot find the derivative. So I have to use u into v formula. U into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. Same way, here u upon v. That is what denominator, as it is you have to write, take the derivative of numerator. That is 1 minus numerator into derivative of denominator upon v square. Then take derivative of e raised to x. Okay. Now simplify. So remaining, so what will remain here? X cube dy by dx. This part I have to take on the other side. X and x will cancel. So log x minus 1 upon log x the whole square plus e raised to x upon 2 root x. This term, so 3x square y. Okay. And now only dy by dx is left to form. So you can do this. Just take it on the other side. So it will become 1 upon x cube. And then write the whole term again. Plus e raised to x root x. So this is your answer. Anyone who has not understood and all, please ask her. If you are not able to see also, then tell her. Okay, next question. I think 13th one or 12th, just check. Sine of x square minus y square upon x square plus y square. If, okay, if sine of x square minus y square upon x square plus y square is equal to a, prove that dy by dx is equal to y upon x. If sine of x square minus y square upon x square plus y square is equal to a, prove that dy by dx is equal to y upon x. Now, in such problems, if you see now, if you directly go to differentiate, what will happen? Sine of something will be again cos of something, okay? Then it will become very complicated, too much. Like cos of this into extra derivative of this. So whenever you notice like this type, if there's a single number here or any constant, finally a is what? Constant, no? So it is like a number. If you take the derivative directly, it will become 0. So what happens is if there is a sign here, always go for this step. X square minus y square, okay? Sine, you take it on the other side. So what it will become? Sine inverse of A. And this is also a constant. Still it is a constant. Sine inverse of number will be a number only. So what you have done? You have got rid of this sign. So it became a simple, this one now. Instead of having sine of something. Okay, and now you differentiate. So now when you differentiate, automatically this will become 0 on the right hand side. And this will be u upon v form. Okay. So whenever any function, even if it is tan, cot, doesn't matter. If there's a bracket and if there's a single number this side, so straight away take this trigonometric function on the other side and then differentiate. Now this numerator is u and denominator is v. So it is in the form of u upon v. So now use the u upon v formula. So what will be u upon v? V into derivative of u. So v, this is v, okay, into derivative of this one. So derivative of x square will be 2x. Derivative of y square will be 2y, same like x square only, but extra what it is, since this is y, extra you have to write dy by dx. So over. So what I did, denominator into derivative of numerator minus, now write the numerator. So that will be x square minus y square into derivative of the denominator. So 2x plus 2y extra dy by dx upon v square, the whole square. Okay. And what will be this? Straight away answer sine inverse. What is derivative of sine inverse of A? It is a constant. So on the right hand side, you will get equal to 0. Okay. On the right hand side, it is equal to 0. Sine inverse of A will be equal to 0. And now simplify. Open up the bracket. So every term will get multiplied to all the terms inside. So x square you multiply to both the terms. Y square also you multiply to both the. Same way open up this bracket also. What I've done is I'm just repeating for those who have finished, understood this step can start simplifying, okay? Open up the brackets and cancel whatever is getting cancelled. So what I've done is v into derivative of u. U means what? This will be, whole thing is u. So 2x minus 2y extra dy by dx. Middle sign is minus as per the formula. Then write u as it is, take derivative of v of the denominator. Same way, and this side will be sine inverse A, derivative will be 0 upon v square. this whole thing, the whole square. Now open up the brackets. So when I multiply this inside, it will become 2x cube. Then minus 2x square y dy by dx. Then plus 2xy square minus 2y cube dy by dx. Okay. Then middle sign is minus. I'll write this step here. Middle sign is minus. See now, minus will belong to all the terms. So keep a bigger bracket here. See, this minus is the main minus. So this minus is belonging to every single term. So don't simply write it without a bracket. So bigger bracket and then multiply all the terms. So this will be 2x cube. Okay. Right now I'm considering this as plus only. So 2x square y minus 2xy square minus 2y cube dy by dx is equal to 0. This term will go other side and become 0. It's like this. 0 into x square plus y square, the whole square. This denominator will go to the numerator and become 0. Okay. Now minus you apply to all the terms. Open up the bracket and cancel. This is normal simplification, huh? Nothing with the derivatives. Derivative I already found out in the first step. Now this is only about simplification. So this will be 2x cube, 2x square y dy by dx. Now open up minus 2x cube minus 2x square y plus 2xy square plus, and now cancel. So 2x cube minus 2x cube will cancel. Same way, minus 2y cube plus 2y cube will cancel. Okay. Remaining terms you have to will not get cancelled because this is also plus, this is also plus. Same way, minus and minus. Yeah, I forgot to write on dy by dx is there. Okay, this is dy by dx. So total how much you'll get it? Minus 4x square y dy by dx plus 4xy square is equal to 0. So minus 4x square y dy by dx is equal to minus 4x y square. These two terms have got added and these two terms have got added. Okay. And now keep dy by dx there only. Take the remaining terms on the other side and cancel. So dy by dx will be minus 4xy square. Cancel, minus, minus will cancel. 4 and 4 will cancel. 1x will cancel. And what will remain is y upon x. So this is what the answer has been expected. Okay, so what I did is differentiated first the whole thing and then simplified. Keep dy by dx as it is, take the remaining terms on the other side. Okay, and the last one on the implicit function. This is slightly different problem. Huh? If sine y is equal to x sine of a plus y, prove that dy by dx is equal to sine square a plus y upon sine a. Okay, if sine of y is equal to x into sine of a plus y, prove that dy by dx is equal to sine square a plus y upon sine a. This was asked in the board exams earlier, and slightly different type of a problem. One extra step will be needed. Okay, so we'll start solving the problem. So what has been given is sine, this is the equation given to you. Okay, sine of y is equal to x times sine of a plus y. Now just one extra step I'm doing here, which will be needed for in future these steps. Okay, ahead. So sine of y upon sine of a plus y is equal to x. This I will need later on, okay, for substitution. So I'm just writing and keeping. Okay, so what is the value of x? Sine of y upon sine of a plus y. So just mark this as equation 1 and keep. Okay, now write back the question again. Sine y okay, this is only for substitution part. So write the same thing, whatever question has been given again, and now differentiate with respect to x. So if you have not done this step also, it's okay. If you had forgotten this step, still what you will do, whatever question has been given, you write and directly start differentiating with respect to x. So derivative of sine y will be how much? Cos y. Because it is y, extra dy by dx. Now this is what u into v form. This is first term into second term. So u into derivative of v. So sine of something will be cos of that into extra derivative of whatever is inside the bracket. Sine of this will be cos of that into derivative. So derivative of a will be how much? 0. And derivative of y will be 1 dy by dx plus sine of a plus y into 1 sine of a plus y into 1 u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. Okay, so I've differentiated it. Till here, if anyone having doubt, can ask. Derivative of sine will be cos, then u into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. So what you will get is cos y dy by dx, which is equal to x cos a plus y dy by dx plus sine of a plus y. Now bring dy by dx terms on one side. This is also dy by dx. This is also dy by dx. So bring dy by dx terms on one side. So this I will bring on this side. So cos of y dy by dx. If I bring the whole term this side, it will become minus is equal to sine of a plus y, and then take dy by dx common. Okay, so I brought dy by dx on one side and then take dy by dx common. So it will be cos y minus x cos of. So after taking out common, it will look like this. Okay, now this x, what you do, put value of x from equation 1. Okay, so first starting only I had marked one equation 1. Someone has not muted your phone, just mute it. Okay, so instead of this x, put that value of x from equation 1. So what was x? Nothing but sine of y upon sine of a plus y. Okay, so instead of x, put that equation 1 and then cross multiply, okay, within itself. Those who have already substituted a value of x, it will be what? Sine of y upon sine of a plus y. So you cross multiply. So if you substitute, it will look like this. Cos y minus sine y upon sine of into cos of a plus y dy by dx is equal to sine of a plus y. So I've substituted the value of x from equation 1. And now cross multiply. So it will be cos y into sine of a plus y minus sine y into cos of a plus y upon sine of dy by dx is equal to sine of a plus y. So after cross multiplying, we will get like this. And if you notice, it will be in the form of sine a cos b minus cos a sine b form. Okay. So what is the formula? Sine a cos b minus cos a sine b is nothing but what? Sine of a minus b. Using this formula. Okay, this is a and this is b. Sine a cos b minus cos a sine b form it is. And straight away answer will be sine of a minus b. A plus y is nothing but a and y is b. So using that formula, so next step what I will get is straight away sine of, instead of this whole thing, it will be sine of a minus b. So a, this is a minus b. Y and y will cancel. And now only sine a will remain. So what you do is dy by dx you keep there, remaining terms you take on the other side. So you will get what was asked in the question. So this will be dy by dx. Now sine will go and multiply here. Sine a plus y into sine a plus y will be nothing but sine square a plus y. And this sine a will come to the denominator. So you got the answer. Okay, so in this step, in this problem, only thing that first extra step you have to know that x value that you have to substitute later on. Otherwise, it is normal. You have to take derivative and then substitute. And this then last sine a cos b minus cos a sine b is nothing but sine of a minus b. Okay, so these were some of the implicit functions. Now you have to move on to the parametric type. Okay, so last two parts, that is the parametric and higher order derivatives. 90% of the times in the paper you will get on those type, parametric and higher order derivatives. This there are very less chances of coming, but if worst case it comes, it will come up to 2 marks and all. But if it's a 4 marks problem, then it will be definitely from parametrics and or this higher order derivatives. So we'll start with the new topic, parametric differentiation. If you all have any doubts in the basics and all that, all the this will get cleared over here, because we'll be solving many problems on this also. Okay. So when to follow parametric differentiation, there will be two functions given to you. Okay. X will be given separately. Suppose something in terms of t, f of t, and y will be given separately. Okay. And you will find, you will be asked to find dy by dx. Okay. Now what will happen is, now you directly cannot write y upon x straight away, because this function is in terms of t. Okay, it will be given, suppose x will be equal to sine of t and all. Different letter will be there. X is separate, y is separate. So in that case, if you are asked to find dy by dx, what you have to do is, you have to find, differentiate this separately. You have to find derivative of this one separately. Both the derivatives you have to find separate. And then you have to finally substitute the answers. So first will be answer of y. So you have to differentiate dy upon dt. With respect to t, you have to differentiate. Okay, this is just a formula which I'm writing. Later on, once we start solving, you will understand. So this you have to differentiate with respect to t, because everything will be in terms of t. Same way, x also you have to differentiate with respect to t. So this is the formula. So dy by dx is nothing but this one's derivative upon the derivative of x. Remember, not x upon y, y upon derivative of x. Ulta it is. Because y comes first and x is at the denominator. So derivative of y upon derivative of x. So this is the formula for parametric differentiation. So just write this and start solving the problems. Instead of this t, any letter can come, t, or it could be theta, it could be m, any letter. So if this is theta, then this will become theta. If this is m, this will become m. So whichever letter they use, you have to accordingly use over here also. Okay, so this was the formula. So now first question. Question remains the same. Find dy by dx. So question 1 is, x is equal to a sine theta and y is equal to b cos theta. And you have to find dy by dx. Okay, x will be given to you, y will be given to you, and you have to find dy by dx. So now you know it is parametric y. X and y are given separately. There is no connection, there is no plus, nothing. This is totally a separate one. This is totally a separate equation. So now the solution will be, this is the question. Now first one you write here. X is how much? A sine theta. Now instead of t, now what it is? Theta. So whichever is the letter given, you have to differentiate with respect to that. So differentiate with respect to theta now. If this was t, it would have been t. If this was m, m. Any letter here would be same letter, you have to differentiate. Okay, so now we'll start differentiating this. So this will be, now it is not with respect to x now. If it was respect to x, then answer would have been 1. But now what is happening? It is with respect to theta. So you have to write dx upon d theta. Okay, anyways, answer would be anyways 1. Derivative of x is anyways 1. But with what we are this differentiating now with respect to theta, not with respect to x. That's why extra you have to write dx upon d theta. How you used to write dy by dx like that? A is anyways coefficient. Now derivative of sine theta will be straight away cos theta. Nothing to write extra because theta and theta are matching. Do not take any extra derivative. So instead of x it is now theta. So straight away sine theta will be cos theta. So this is the answer. So dx upon d theta is nothing but a cos theta. Same way, what is y given to you? B cos theta. Again differentiate with respect to theta. So same way this also will become dy upon d theta. B will remain like that. What will be derivative of cos something? Minus sign. Okay, so this is the answer. So this is minus b sine theta. So you have found out dx upon d theta and dy upon d theta. Anyone having doubt in this problem or did not understand can ask. I will repeat. Same like how you used to do the normal derivatives. You have to, instead of x, it is just theta here. Normal derivations only. Just imagine this as x only and solve. That's it. This also was like x. So derivative of cos x would have been minus sin x. Same way. Okay. And now do the final substitution. So what will be dy by dx? This answer upon this answer. Second answer upon first answer. Dy upon d theta upon dx upon d theta. So minus b sin theta upon a cos theta. This is your answer. Okay. So this is your final answer. If you want sin theta upon cos theta, you can write it as tan theta. This you can write it as minus b tan theta. Okay. One more meaning will solve one more problem on this. You can understand it better then. So given x and y, you have to differentiate separately and then write second answer upon first answer. Second one, you have to find dy by dx only. But x is equal to y is equal to find dy by dx. X is nothing but t square plus 1 the whole cube. Y is equal to 2t square minus 5 the whole square. Find dy by dx. So now the letter here is t. So you have to differentiate with respect to t. So it is like t is like a x now. Okay, so differentiate with respect to t. So as per that, what it will become? Dx upon dt. Now I have to take derivative of this. So this is like function, this something raised to cube. Okay, don't look at the bracket. So it is in the form of what? Something cube, like x cube. So what will be the derivative of x cube? 3, whatever it may be, square. 3x square into extra derivative of this. Directly you can. So what will be the derivative of what is the inside the bracket? So 2t plus 0 will be your answer. Okay, this full thing cube. So 3x square into derivative of whatever is inside the bracket. So that will be t square will be 2t and derivative of 1 will be 0. So answer will be 2 will get multiplied here. 6t into t square plus 1 is your dx upon dt. Same way find dy by dt. So whenever there's a something in the bracket raised to cube, consider it as like x cube. This like is one. This is like one function. This whole underline thing into extra derivative of whatever I had underlined.
Answer is 3t into bracket t square plus 1 square upon 4t into bracket 2t square minus 5.
You have opened up all the brackets, so wait. Second one, how much you got? Dy by dt, how much you got?
3t into bracket t square plus 1 square 1 raised to the whole square upon 4t.
How you got such a big answer?
The dy upon dx, no?
This is anyway square. Okay. Wait, I'll find out. You see what mistake you have done. Dx upon dt, everybody has written. I'm assuming that.
Sir, can you please explain again how we got that 60?
60. Okay. 1 second. This is normal. Something cube. So derivative of x cube would be what? 3x square. Correct? So this is like x. X cube would be 3x square, but it was not x. So extra derivative of that. So derivative of t square will be 2t plus 0. Now, how much it is? The whole square. 2t plus 0 is anyways 2 into t, correct? Now 3 into 2, I just wrote it in front. So 3 into 2 will be 6 t and t square plus 1 the whole square. No need to open up the bracket a plus b the whole square and all. Just keep it like this only. So this is dx upon dt. Now understood how you got 60?
Yes.
Okay. Same way now take y and then differentiate. So y is 2t square minus 5 the whole square. Now again differentiate with respect to t. So dy upon dt it will be. Now again this is like x square. Okay, whatever is inside the bracket square. So derivative of x square is 2x. Same way derivative of this square will be 2 times x into extra derivative of whatever has been is there inside the bracket. So what is the inside the bracket? 2 is already there. Derivative of 2 square will be 2t minus derivative of 5 will be 0. And now simplify. This will anyways become 4t. And 4 if you multiply to this 2 it will become 8. 0 will be gone. Then multiply this. T if you can want you can leave it that side also, no problem. So this will be our answer, dy by dt. What mistake you had done? Dy by dt, something else you had got now, some big answer. I think this you kept it some plus or something. I don't know.
No, teacher. I got the same answer.
Final answer you're telling me
Yeah.
later on. Okay. But 8 you never mentioned anyway. Then it gets cancelled with.
No, teacher. I have cancelled. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay.
3t by 40 I have done.
No, that's what you have, how 3 came on the numerator. You did x upon y. It should be y upon x. Second answer upon the first answer. Okay. So this was dy by dt. Now final substitution. Dy by dx will be second answer. Dy upon dt upon the first answer. So second answer is this. 8t 2t square minus 5 upon first answer dx upon dt was 6t upon t square plus 1 the whole square. And then t and t will cancel and 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6. So your final answer will be 4 upon 3. Keep it like this only. This will be your final answer. Okay. Still anyone having doubt in this? Okay. Next question. X is equal to a 1 minus cos t, y is equal to t plus sin t. Prove that dy by dx is equal to cot t upon 2. Cot t by 2. Hence find dy by dx at t is equal to pi by 2. Okay, x is equal to a into 1 minus cos t, y is a into t, it is this is t plus sin t, and then you have to prove it is equal to cot t by 2. Don't worry about this, just focus on finding dx upon dt, dy upon dt. Remember, a is a coefficient, not x or variable. A is like some number. It's like equivalent of having some number 2 over here. Okay, so don't worry about A. A is like a constant at the side. So don't go to use u into v. This is a coefficient. If instead of that it was some t and all, then it would become u into v. But A is a letter, normal alphabet, this constant. Okay. So what you have to do is straight away x is given as 1 minus cos t. So differentiate with respect to t. This you have to write down for exam also with what you are differentiating with respect to t. So this will be dx upon dt. A will remain there on the other side because it's a number. Derivative of 1 will be 0. Minus is already there. Derivative of cos of something is minus sign. Derivative of cos is minus sign. So answer will be minus into minus will become plus. So this is dx upon dt. Same way find dy by dt. Anybody got dy by dt?
A into 1 plus cos t.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Then write the answer dy by dx and keep. Then simplification part I'll tell you. So y is, so differentiate again with respect to t. So dy upon dt will be a into derivative of t will be 1 plus derivative of sine t will be cos t. No taking extra derivatives. Again reminding you, because we are differentiating already with respect to t only. T and t is matching, so you don't have to take extra derivative. So this is a dy by dt. So now write what is dy by dx. Dy by dx is nothing but this answer upon this. A and A will cancel. So use that formula. Simplification you all have done in that inverse trigonometry also. What is 1 plus cos theta? You have to use it as 2 cos square theta by 2. And sin theta you can use it what? 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. And then cancel. Till here if I have understood, then good enough. So dy upon dx will be dy by dt dx upon dt. So a into y upon answer of x. A and A will cancel. This would have been your normal answer. If they were not asked you anything extra, you would keep it like this. It would have been okay, correct. But now since they have asked you something in terms of what you want now. So that's why you have to go for additional simplification. So 1 plus cos theta is nothing but formula 2 cos square theta by 2. Instead of theta it is t. So this is the formula. If this was minus, then it would have been sine square theta by 2. Same way, sine theta is nothing but 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So this is the formula, normal trigonometric formula. See, I told you, you have to keep revising those, because see, anytime you're expected to know. Every chapter somewhere or the other it will come up. So 2 and 2 will cancel. 1 cos will cancel. So cos upon sine will remain, which is nothing but cot t upon 2. So this is what you have been expected. So first part you have proved dy by dx is equal to cot t upon 2. Now extra they've asked at x is equal to, sorry, at t is equal to pi by 2. So what will be the values? So in the next this step, instead of t put pi by 2. So pi by 2 upon 2 will become pi by 4. Okay, and cot of pi by 4 will be 1. In some textbooks and all, they will write like this also. It means the same. They will put a dash like this. At t is equal to pi by 2. This dash means at. If you don't write also, no problem. You can write like this also. But if anywhere across you come like this dash saying t by 2, it means what? At t is equal to pi by 2. So it will look like this upon 2. So this will become ulta and become cot of pi by 4 because half will go that side. And that is nothing but 1. Answer is 1. Don't cancel this 2 and 2. You cannot directly cancel. Only alternate you can cancel. So this will become reverse and become 1 by 2. 2 into 2 will become 4. That would give you cot 45 is 1. X is equal to fourth one, sine square t. Y is equal to sine t cos t. This is sine square, not sine 2t, sine square. This is sine t. Prove that dy by dx is equal to cot 2t. This is 2. Okay, so let's try to find dx upon dt, dy by dt. Now sine square t has to be assumed as what? Sine of t the whole square. The square means outside. It's like x square. And then find the derivative. So in case if you're having difficulties with composite and all now, every time we solve every problem, we'll get used to it. Okay, so this is the question. I'll write here. Cot 2t. Okay, so this will differentiate with respect to x. Sorry, with respect to t. So this will be dx upon dt. This is like x square means sine t the whole square. So what will be the derivative? 2 sine t raised to 1, like that it will be. Because this is square into derivative of sine t. So that will be cos t. This square means what? Sine of t the whole square. And derivative of x square is what? 2x into extra derivative of sine, that will be cos. So this is nothing but answer, 2 sine t cos t. Same way, differentiate y also with respect to x, with respect to t. So dy upon dt. Now it is what? Multiplication is there between both the terms. So this one is u into v form. U into derivative of v plus v into derivative of u. So this will be u into derivative of v. Cos means what? Minus sine t plus v into derivative of u. Derivative of sine will be cos. Please revise your formula every day. Because once later on, if integration comes up, integration is exactly opposite of this. So it becomes confusing. So you have to get well versed with derivatives first. If you don't study properly, everything will become a mess. Okay. So derivative of cos is minus sine. Derivative of sine will be cos. So what it will be? Cos square t minus sine square t you will get. First I wrote cos, minus I wrote later. So this is what you will get, dy upon dt. Now find dy by dx. So second answer upon the first answer. So dy by dx will be nothing but cos square t minus sine square t upon 2 sin t cos t. Now if you look into the question, something else has been asked extra. So you know that you have to simplify things. Cot instead of that has been asked. So now you know what is cos square theta minus sin square theta. Anybody knows? Looking at the cot only will get a hint. Cot is nothing but what? Cos 2 theta upon sin 2 theta. So what will be the numerator? What is cos square theta minus sin square theta? Can anyone tell me? I've already written the answer. They've given you all a hint. Okay, at least tell me what is 2
Cos
sin
2
theta
theta.
cos theta. Yeah, this is cos 2 theta. And what will be 2 sin theta cos theta? 2 sin theta cos theta will
Sin
be,
2
yes, sin 2 theta.
sin 2
Sin 2 theta.
Yes. So this will be straight away cot 2t. Even if you forget the formula, looking at this and you know that answer you should get cos 2t upon sin 2t. So blindly you can write this straight away and write the answer. So one good thing when they ask you to prove dy by dx, even if you forget the formula, you know that this is what the answer should be. That is that much. You have to keep your brains this logic to use it back reverse. Even if you forget the formula. This will be your answer. Okay. So we'll stop here. I will give one problem. See if you all can attempt. Otherwise, I will do it in the next class. Just try. Okay. M it is, with respect to M, you will have to differentiate instead of T. So you will have to find dx upon dm and all. So prove that dy by dx is equal to 2m cube minus 1 upon 3m square. This is cube. You can use u upon v rule. U v into derivative of u minus that. Okay, both the places you can use that and find dx upon dm. Same way dy upon dm, and this answer, second answer upon first. You can try. Those who cannot, I will do it in the next class. I'll try to solve at the start. Okay, so later you just take attendance.